What happens when Hollywood meets heartbreak and healing when a best-selling novel that broke millions of hearts around the world is finally brought to life on the silver screen? Starring none other than Blake Lively, fans of Colleen Hoover's emotional rollercoaster It Ends With Us have been waiting patiently, and now the wait is over. The official trailer has dropped and it's everything fans dreamed of and more. From the very first frame, there's a poetic intensity, a bittersweet romance that pulls you in. Blake Lively as Lily Bloom is magnetic, equal parts vulnerable and resilient. Whether you've read the book or not, there's something universal in Lily's story: the search for love, the pain of past wounds, and the courage it takes to choose yourself. Set against a beautiful backdrop and filled with powerful performances, the trailer promises a film that won't just entertain, it'll leave a mark. But beyond the visuals and chemistry, what's really got the internet buzzing? Why are fans saying this could be one of Blake's most emotional performances yet? And what's the real-life meaning behind the novel that makes this adaptation so personal to so many? In today's deep dive, we'll break down every detail of the official trailer, from the key scenes that made the cut to the subtle emotional cues, to the way the film honors the novel's spirit while adding a cinematic depth. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer curious about the hype, this is your ultimate guide to It Ends With Us, the romance, the reality, and the reason this story is more relevant now than ever. So grab your tissues and let's begin. When the official trailer for It Ends With Us dropped, it instantly sent waves across the internet. Within hours, fan pages, reaction videos, and film blogs were flooded with commentary, admiration, and excitement. But what exactly made this trailer so captivating? Why is Blake Lively's portrayal of Lily Bloom grabbing headlines, and what are the subtle yet significant choices made in the trailer that signal this adaptation is not just another love story, it's an emotional journey? First, let's talk about tone. From the very beginning, the trailer sets a somber yet hopeful mood. A piano score begins quietly, setting the emotional backdrop. We see Lily, played by Blake Lively, standing alone on a rooftop, wind brushing through her hair as the city hums below. There's a reflective silence, a pause that holds weight. This moment is not just cinematic, it tells us this story is introspective, vulnerable, and deeply personal. It doesn't rely on flashy visuals or loud music. Instead, it leans into the quiet, aching moments that define Lily's journey. Then comes the narration, a voiceover of Lily reading from her journal. For those who've read the novel, this is a heart-tugging moment. The journal entries are crucial in the book, a window into her past and emotional growth. Including them in the trailer was a smart move. It connects immediately with readers of the book and gives newcomers a glimpse into the layered storytelling they can expect. And Blake's delivery, it's soft, emotional, and completely grounded in the character. It's a performance that doesn't scream for attention, it feels. Next, we're introduced to Ryle Kincaid, played by Justin Baldoni. His presence is magnetic, but complicated. The trailer captures this dynamic beautifully. Ryle isn't shown as a traditional romantic lead. Instead, the clips alternate between tender moments where he's charming and kind, and more intense scenes where his internal struggles hint at the complexity of their relationship. This emotional contrast is central to It Ends With Us, and the trailer doesn't shy away from presenting it. In fact, it leans into it, making it clear this isn't just a feel-good love story, it's about love that hurts, love that heals, and love that teaches. There's a clear decision to respect the source material without spoiling it. The trailer doesn't give away the full plot or the emotional climax of the book. Instead, it builds curiosity. We see glimpses of Lily's flower shop flashbacks to her childhood and a few brief but powerful moments with Atlas Corrigan, her first love. Fans will recognize the significance, while newcomers will wonder what role Atlas plays in Lily's life. This creates the perfect balance: emotional depth for readers, intrigue for viewers who are new to the story. A standout moment comes when Lily says in voiceover, "Sometimes the ones who love us the most are the ones who hurt us the deepest." It's a line that resonates far beyond fiction. That one sentence encapsulates the core theme of It Ends With Us. It's not about villainizing anyone, it's about acknowledging that love can be flawed, and sometimes walking away takes more strength than staying. And this line, delivered with haunting sincerity by Lively, lingers long after the trailer ends. Visually, the trailer uses warm lighting and soft-focus cinematography. Scenes of Lily arranging flowers in her shop are tender, filled with symbolic color. Flowers in the story are more than decoration, they reflect Lily's emotions, her memories, and her resilience. This detail is beautifully brought to life in the trailer. The way the camera lingers on petals, the way Lily holds a bouquet, these aren't just aesthetic choices. They communicate the inner life of a character who has learned to find beauty in the midst of pain. Another impressive element is the chemistry between the leads. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni have a screen presence that feels raw and real. Their interactions aren't overly polished, they feel lived in, messy, complicated. Whether they're Laughing in a kitchen scene or arguing on a street corner, the emotions feel authentic. It's a far cry from romantic dramas that rely on fantasy. Here the realism is what makes it romantic, because it's honest. And let's not forget the fan reactions. Within hours of the trailer's release, social media was flooded with hashtags. Like hashtag it ends with us, hashtag Blake as Lily, and hashtag Colleen Hoover movie. Longtime fans posted side-by-side comparisons of scenes from the book, and the trailer celebrating the accuracy and emotional impact. Many praised Blake's casting, saying that her interpretation of Lily felt both fresh and familiar. Others expressed appreciation that the film seems to be handling sensitive topics with care, just like the book did. Film critics also joined the conversation, calling the trailer emotionally gripping, refreshingly sincere, and one of the year's most anticipated adaptations. There's a consensus forming even before its release. It Ends With Us is setting itself apart from typical romance films. It's not afraid to tackle the hard questions. It's not about sweeping gestures and perfect endings. It's about inner strength, survival, and redefining what love should look like. One of the biggest talking points is how Blake Lively is transforming herself for the role. Known for her glamorous roles in films like The Age of Adeline or Gossip Girl, Blake's portrayal of Lily is a departure. Her look is toned down, her expressions more raw. She's playing a woman who's trying to rebuild her life, not someone living a perfect one. This is a more grounded performance, and fans are applauding her for taking the leap. It's clear she isn't just acting, she's embodying the emotional gravity of Lily's journey. We also can't ignore Justin Baldoni's dual role as both actor and director. His connection to the story, as he's said in interviews, goes beyond the screen. He's been intentional about handling the source material with respect and empathy. In the trailer, you can see that intentionality. The way scenes are framed, the pacing, the silences, it all feels like it was crafted with care. He's not just telling a story, he's honoring one. And of course, Colleen Hoover herself has been vocal about her excitement. In interviews and on social media, she's shared how surreal it is to see her book come to life, and how much trust she's placed in Blake and Justin. That endorsement carries weight for fans who are deeply connected to the book. Knowing that the author is happy with the adaptation adds a layer of reassurance. Let's also talk about how the cinematography enhances the storytelling. There's a use of natural lighting that gives the film a soft, ethereal glow, especially in moments of reflection. In contrast, tense scenes are shot with a colder palette, visually marking the emotional shift. This use of color and light to reflect inner emotion is subtle but powerful. It helps the viewer feel what Lily is feeling without a single word being spoken. In one of the most striking moments of the trailer, Lily is seen sitting alone in her flower shop, tears in her eyes, holding a note. We don't know what the note says, but the emotion is clear. This moment doesn't need dialogue. Blake's performance, the lighting, and the gentle camera movement all work together to create a poignant beat that sticks with the audience. It's this type of emotional resonance that sets the tone for the whole film. By the end of the trailer, the music swells, and we hear one last line from Lily: "We can't choose our past, but we can choose who we become." This is more than just a movie line. It's a message, a theme, and a truth that resonates with anyone who's ever had to heal, grow, and move forward. As the trailer continues to gain traction, one thing becomes increasingly clear: this isn't just about romance. It's about truth, resilience, and the raw parts of relationships that don't often make it into mainstream cinema. For fans of Colleen Hoover's work, the story of It Ends With Us was never just about falling in love, it was about surviving it. And in the trailer, this emotional core is fully present, even in just a few short minutes. So what gives this trailer so much weight? The answer lies in the emotional history behind the book. Colleen Hoover wrote It Ends With Us inspired by her own childhood and her mother's journey. That personal origin translates into every scene, every tear, every line. Knowing that viewers can feel that this story is coming from a real place, and not just fictional imagination, the trailer hints at this background through carefully selected moments such as the flashbacks of a younger Lily and her complex family dynamics. Blake Lively's performance, even from the trailer alone, conveys that understanding. She's not just playing Lily, she's portraying a woman at the crossroads of love and trauma. There's a particular moment in the trailer that showcases this powerfully. We see Lily smiling with Ryle in one moment, and then in the next, she's staring at herself in the mirror, eyes filled with uncertainty. No dialogue, just expression. That's storytelling without words, and it's a testament to the emotional maturity of the adaptation. The trailer also introduces Atlas Corrigan in a way that feels like a breath of air. His character is shown less frequently than Ryle, but that's deliberate. He appears in small, powerful moments, walking into Lily's flower shop, helping her fix something, or quietly watching her with a calm understanding. These scenes are subtle but important. They represent safety, emotional honesty, and a deep, enduring connection. For fans of the book, Atlas is not just a character, he's a symbol of healing. And the trailer handles that weight delicately. Another highlight is the emphasis on choices. At its core, It Ends With Us is a story about difficult decisions. The trailer echoes this theme by showing Lily at multiple turning points, contemplating love, reflecting on her past, and considering her future. The montage moves between her moments with Ryle and her silent encounters with Atlas, creating a layered perspective. The editing doesn't push one narrative, it lets viewers feel the complexity of her emotional reality. In many ways, the trailer respects the intelligence and emotional awareness of the audience. It doesn't tell you how to feel, it shows you just enough to feel it yourself. And in today's media landscape where trailers often oversell or simplify the story, this restraint is refreshing. It invites viewers to go on the journey with Lily, not just watch from a distance. We also need to talk about the music. The background score of the trailer is subtle but deeply moving. It starts with a solo piano, and as the emotions build, orchestral layers are added. The result is an emotional crescendo that mirrors Lily's inner journey from confusion to clarity, from silence to strength. Music is often the unsung hero of trailers, and in this case, it becomes a character of its own. Interestingly, one of the most talked about parts of the trailer is what it leaves out. There's no explicit violence, there's no direct explanation of the story's most sensitive topics. And yet those elements are still deeply felt. The emotional tension, the body language, the silences all hint at what's beneath the surface. This choice is intentional and thoughtful, especially given the subject matter of the film. It's an approach that aligns with YouTube's community standards, and more importantly, with respectful storytelling. What's also grabbing attention is the symbolism woven throughout the trailer. For example, flowers appear again and again, not just in the flower shop, but in dreamlike sequences on greeting cards and flashbacks. Each flower seems to represent a moment in Lily's life. The camera lingers on a pink lily, a clear nod to the book's title character, and transitions into a scene of Lily making a difficult decision. This visual metaphor deepens the emotional texture of the trailer. And let's not forget the power of voiceover writing. Every line Lily says in the trailer feels lifted from a journal entry. This writing style is intimate and raw. It gives the trailer a diary-like quality, allowing viewers to step inside her mind. As she narrates, "Love should never make you question your worth." That line is simple but loaded with truth. It's one of many that resonate far beyond fiction. One of the most effective techniques used in the trailer is the juxtaposition of time. Scenes from Lily's present are blended with flashbacks from her childhood and early love. This structure creates a multi-layered narrative. We understand that Lily's present choices are deeply tied to her past experiences. Her strength didn't come from nowhere. It's something she built over time. The trailer suggests this subtly. Without exposition, the internet's response has also focused on the balance of romance and realism. While many films lean heavily into idealized love, It Ends With Us takes a braver path. The trailer doesn't glorify relationships, it examines them. It questions what love looks like when it's mixed with pain. It challenges viewers to rethink what it means to be in love, to walk away from love, and to love yourself enough to stop a cycle. This kind of storytelling has already led to emotional reactions. From viewers, people are sharing personal stories in the comments, tweeting their thoughts, and even posting side-by-side quotes from the trailer and their own experiences. The emotional connection between audience and story is already happening before the movie has even premiered. That's the power of authentic, emotionally truthful content. Blake Lively's casting has also sparked a wider conversation about women-led stories in Hollywood. Her choice to play Lily, a character rooted in emotional growth rather than perfection, is being praised as both brave and refreshing. It's a move away from typical leading lady roles. It's a step toward more grounded, emotionally rich portrayals of women. And it's sparking interest among both her fans and those discovering the story for the first time. Justin Baldoni's role as director is being applauded as well. Known for his sensitivity in storytelling and previous work exploring masculinity and emotional vulnerability, his touch is felt in every scene. He's not just directing a film, he's telling a story with care. In interviews, Baldoni has spoken about wanting the film to create conversations not just about love, but about healing, boundaries, and personal growth, and the trailer reflects that mission. There's also growing interest in how this film will impact Hollywood's adaptation of emotionally complex books. Often book-to-film adaptations oversimplify or sensationalize stories to make them more cinematic. But It Ends With Us seems to be setting a different standard, one that prioritizes emotional depth over dramatics. If the trailer is any indication, this could inspire future adaptations to stay true to emotional themes instead of chasing visual spectacle. Another remarkable aspect is how the trailer portrays Lily's strength. She is not defined by her trauma, she's defined by how she responds to it. The scenes chosen for the trailer highlight moments of Lily rebuilding her life, setting boundaries, and choosing what's best for her future. It's a subtle, powerful portrayal of self-love, and that message is especially timely today in a world where more people are reclaiming their stories and choosing healing over silence. The trailer ends on a quiet but impactful note, Lily standing in the doorway of her shop, the street bustling behind her as she closes her eyes and smiles, not with certainty but with peace. It's a scene that speaks volumes, no dramatic finale, no grand declarations, just a woman choosing herself. It's a beautiful ending to a trailer that started with uncertainty and ended with empowerment. This closing image has quickly become symbolic online. Fans are screenshotting it, sharing it, and calling it the moment of the trailer. It represents the emotional arc not just of the film, but of anyone who's had to rebuild, reflect, and move forward stronger than before. The emotional honesty of this trailer combined with its cinematic quality is what makes it stand out. It doesn't try to be everything, it tries to be real. And in doing so, it's already touching lives as the dust settles from the trailer's explosive debut. One truth stands clear: it ends with us isn't just another romantic drama hitting theaters. It's a deeply human story told with authenticity, emotional nuance, and purposeful direction. The trailer has struck a chord not only with fans of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel, but also with moviegoers looking for something that feels real, resonant, and meaningful. It's a quiet revolution in romantic storytelling, one that dares to blend beauty with heartbreak, tenderness with truth, and pain with the hope of healing. Blake Lively's portrayal of Lily Bloom appears to be one of the most heartfelt performances of her career. She steps into the role not as a glossy romantic heroine, but as a woman navigating the messiness of love, family, and self-worth. Her raw expressions, quiet strength, and emotional restraint in the trailer have already earned praise from fans and critics alike. It's clear she understands the weight of the story she's telling, and she's carrying it with grace. Justin Baldoni, both in front of and behind the camera, seems committed to honoring the source material with sensitivity and depth. His vision for the film avoids sensationalism, instead emphasizing human emotion and moral complexity by choosing to focus on the inner worlds of the characters. The trailer reflects a narrative that speaks to survivors, dreamers, and anyone who's ever had to make the impossible choice between love and self-preservation. What makes It Ends With Us truly powerful is that it's not a fantasy. It doesn't promise perfect love or easy endings. It presents love as something complicated, something that can lift us up or tear us apart. And through Lily's journey, it reminds us that choosing yourself is never selfish, it's courageous. The trailer does more than just tease the plot, it sets the tone for our conversation we all need to have about boundaries, about second chances, about the quiet strength it takes to say this ends with me. It shows us that even in the most painful relationships, there can be moments of clarity, growth, and healing. For fans of the book, the trailer is a love letter to everything they cherished in the novel. For new viewers, it's an invitation into a world of rich characters, emotional complexity, and powerful storytelling. The film promises not just to entertain, but to move hearts, challenge perceptions, and maybe, just maybe, help someone see their own life through a new lens. Whether you're here for the romance, the realism, or the transformation it ends with, US offers something deeper. And if the trailer is any indication, we're in for a cinematic experience that lingers long after the credits roll. This is not just a movie, this is a mirror, and we're all about to see ourselves a little more clearly.